All right. Hey, everyone. Um, Before I get started on all the updates, wanted to let you know that my dad was able to be discharged from the hospital yesterday evening after a rough first 2 days where it looked like he might have to stay there longer. He just suddenly got a lot better on Wednesday, and so he's been home today, which is good because it's my mom's birthday. So he's doing okay considering he just had a hip replacement surgery. I'm sure he'll be back packing Death Stars and Tantive deluxe entryways very soon. Actually, he expected to because he doesn't like sitting at home. He can sit in our location. So anyway, let's start with the updates. I made a list because Derek always asks me to do that. So the most important thing that most people want to know about is the 2022 Batmobile. So I've taken a week to think about it, and this is where I've come down. So this is what I know and what I've decided to do so far. So as soon as Warner Brothers finally approves the final weather paint job, and yes, that takes long, but they have 10 business days to do that, we will be putting our 2022 and 1/6 scale BVS Batmobile up for pre-order. But please pay attention. So this is what we know. Hot Toys has not shown any other material for the Batmobile since their first tease. They have shown videos with the new the Bat Cycle, the Bat Signal, the figure, and all that sort of thing. No mention, no other pictures of the Hotmobile. I've also found out from Warner Brothers that if Queen Studios actually goes through with their Batmobiles, that's a China-only release, which is why I hadn't heard of anything of it. So then finally, Warner Brothers confirmed they still have no other request in their system for another 6 scale 2022 Batmobile, and they don't do any, like, because people were talking about maybe they're going to do a 5.8 scale or something like that. No, so that's not it. So if you want one, we are your only bet right now, and I will make the following commitments. We are, of course, not going to stop until we are 100% sure it is the most accurate and detailed version out there. To do that, somebody approached us on Instagram who worked on the set building these vehicles and told me that if I wanted to have them checked, I could send all pictures and video of my prototype, and he would check them against their CAD files and the pictures from the set and all that sort of thing. So it's being checked by somebody who was on set as we speak. Any additions and changes we have to make, we will make for the production version. We will also, of course, make better front glass. With a prototype, you can't mold anything without, because you don't have the mold yet, so that's why it doesn't look great just now. There's going to be side glass, of course. Then now this is the coolest thing. So to entice as many people as possible, we are always making very limited runs. I've told you Hot Toys does somewhere between 10 times to maybe 50 times our volume, so a lot more. So anything you have from us is always going to be some of the, or if not the most limited edition stuff you have. Even the licensed stuff, because the custom shop Star Wars stuff is even more limited. So we will make what we are calling a signature edition for the 2022 Batmobile. There will be a weathered version and there will be a clean version, and each one will come with a limited edition plate. It will be numbered, and it will have my dad's signature and my signature, probably even live, so ink signatures. And with this numbered edition, we expect a few hundred of each version. So it's going to be extremely limited edition. Size will be determined when we have the final numbers, but it's going to be very limited edition, somewhere in the triple digits tops, right? Also, of course, it all will have the lights, remote, sound, and smoke. Yes, I'm going to try for the movie sound, add that to the chip. I think we can. The other thing we're also trying to make so that the deal is even sweeter is make it remote RC control ready, so that you can just add a generic motor, because the chip that we already have in there already supports remote control together with the sound and the smoke and the light controls. So we're looking into that. I think that is very much a possibility, and if I have it confirmed, it will be on the product page. Okay, some people might think I'm going to be stupid, but I'm going to give my faith again to the community. Many people said we should increase the non-refundable deposit. We're not. The non-refundable deposit will be $100. Now, we do need your support and your orders. So if we do not get the minimum number I feel safe with, we will cancel all orders. If we cancel, you of course get your non-refundable deposit back. That cancellation window, I'm thinking a month, somewhere in April, late April, last day of April to be sure. I will make a decision, are we going to go through or not. So get your order in. If you are going to wait, we will not get the required numbers. It will be canceled. We will refund all non-refundable deposits. If we go ahead and you want to cancel, of course, the non-refundable deposit stands because it's risky enough as it is, of course. Like I said, and there will be two versions, weathered and clean, no other variation. The price target right now is $14.99. Yeah? And that's for a limited edition, numbered with your, not with your name, with our names and the signatures on it. No nameplates, just a numbered edition, individually numbered, of a few hundred per version. That would be best case scenario, right? So that's where we are for the 2022 Batmobile. I do not have any plans for any 12 scale, so please don't ask. Okay? I hope that will be enticing enough. So we're the first, so far as Warner Brothers knows, we're the only. It's going to be extremely limited. It's a signature edition. It's going to be numbered. There's going to be one run. It's going to be all features, total accuracy, everything I mentioned, right? So that's where we are for the 2022 Batmobile. And as a final morsel of goodness and sweetness, if this works, I will look into doing the same thing for the 1989 Batmobile somewhere in the second half of this year for the releases in 2023, right? I mean, if this works, we can do that again, even if Hot Toys decides to do like a Flash version or reissue their plasticky, inaccurate 1989 Batmobile. So this might set a precedent. Please support us. This is the way we can keep doing what we're doing, and then these kinds of tactics by Hot Toys to muddy the waters or scare us off are clearly not going to work if we stick together. That's all there is to it. Okay, other updates. We thought 2022 would be a better year in terms of logistics. So far, proven not to be the case. So first off, we have a delay for the final parts we need for the upcoming shipments that we were supposed to ship out in March. So that is first the meditation chamber, moisture evaporator, first batch of race speeder, and the 12 scale BVS Batmobile. These parts have been underway since late January, right? The ETA was late February. That turned into mid-March. And right now, I'm going to put up a picture right there. There's an actual traffic jam of container ships, and the ship that has the small container with the parts is just somewhere in the North Sea, floating around for at least another two weeks. So it's not going to be here until end of March, which means that delivery isn't going to be March, but somewhere probably mid-April. We're talking weeks, but just wanted to keep you in the loop. Another thing for the other stuff that's currently in production, there is another lockdown in Asia. You probably read that in the newspapers as well. Even Apple and Foxconn, everything is closed there. We don't know how long. They're talking a week, maybe two. So it might be a delay of 1 or 2 weeks, but just wanted to let you know that also means the harbors are closed, and the parts for the final batches of the Iron Scavenger and the final batch of Ray's Speeder were supposed to ship out from there this week. So now with the delays, then getting it over here, and if that's going to take another 8 weeks like the last thing did, we're talking June for the final batch of the Iron Scavenger and the final batch of Ray's Speeder. Okay? Then in production still are the 1966. We've updated the There's going to be red transparent glass in the siren and the antlers. The shape of the antlers and the size and shape of the siren are now accurate. Change the shape of the parachutes. The red striping is going to be smaller and tighter, and of course neat and clean. So everything, all the changes that we need are being produced. Again, with the lockdown, we were hoping to have the first production samples with all the updates around the end of April. Don't know, could be May now, a couple of weeks. So, other things in production is the tooling for the bat signal, and those who asked, the extra symbols that were part of what we planned to do for the first supporters. Derek has taken it upon himself, because I can't officially, because Warner Brothers hasn't approved it, but anybody in the group, in this case Derek, can volunteer to make sure that happens. And if I pay for those people that were expecting that from me, because they were the early supporters, that's up to me too. Something like that. Other things, 1989 Batwing, and we were able to find better reference for the cockpit interior. So even though I said I'm not going to do any more changes, the Batwing is going into production. The exterior is okay, but we are upgrading the interior to make it more accurate. Now, in prototyping, Snowspeeder, Bat Computer, because we're still working out how we're going to do a floating. We want to have the desk float like on set, so that's coming. BVS Batwing early phases. We're also looking into a TIE fighter. The thing is, in 6 scale, the size of each wing or solar panel, what you want to call it, is massive, like 150 centimeters, but that also means the weight per wing is around 20 kilos, the way we're engineering, looking at solutions now. So then the whole thing would be around 45 kilos or something. So we're still working that out, but that's the reason why I hoped to have good news on that, but I don't, because 20 kilos per wing, the cost of material and shipping alone is crazy. As for the other questions I get for a lot of 12 scale Batmobiles, like I said, no plans for now. I really want to focus on getting the 6 scale stuff done and right, and especially get that 6 scale 2022 Batmobile done. If this is all under control and going well, I do want to look into the suggestion of doing a Kickstarter for a 12 scale version and see if we can get enough support there, because it's a bit of a chicken and the egg thing. I think, even though our price is very low for the incredibly low edition size we're talking here, the people in the 12 scale community expect much lower prices, maybe around $200, $250 for a 12 scale Batmobile. To do that, we would have to massively increase the orders to thousands instead of hundreds, so like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 units. Now, if we can do a Kickstarter like HasLabs and say, well, if you want it for $250 or $200, we need 4,000 people committed, or we're not going to do it. That might be something to look into. A couple of things that are issues there. One, like I said, I first want to concentrate on the 6 scale stuff. 2, I don't know how Warner Brothers feels about an officially licensed product on Kickstarter. I'm assuming it's okay because HasLab's done this for Star Wars, but different company, so I'm not sure. And 3, it would add 5% cost to every sale, because that's what Kickstarter charges, plus I think an extra transfer fee. So basically it's around 6 or 7%. So if you want to do low cost and Kickstarter adds 5 or 6% to $200, or 6 or 7%, it's not helping. So it's in the back of my mind. I haven't written it off yet, but no for now. Okay, so I think that's about it. If not, then Derek will kick my ass, and I'll try to answer more questions. But for now, that's the most important stuff. Please support us doing this. I would love if we can make a fist to the powers that be and the larger companies that try dirty tactics and get us out of the ball game that way. Let's just show them that we're a group and we do this together and we want some cool stuff. And I'll make it worth your while with the very limited edition, numbered edition, all the extra features, most accuracy possible, best deal possible, right? So, thanks, and until the next update. Bye.